What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another gifted upload. Staying consistent, we here. Let's get right to it though, man. The Lakers made a move. That's right. The Los Angeles Lakers actually made a move. They traded Kendrick Nunn and three second-round picks for Rui Hachimura from the Washington Wizards. So this is, I think, probably the first real trade before the trade deadline heats up. Obviously, there's other, trades that happened before, but this is one that people look at to like actually start some action moving forward. So let's first attack this from the Lakers' perspective. Their season, they are currently not a playoff team. They've been trying to tread water without Anthony Davis in the lineup, and they have found some success in that. Kendrick Nunn is a player that a lot of people thought would be contributing great value to this team both last season and this season. Last season, he didn't play pretty much the entire season. This season, he did play, but was not that great in his role at basketball on this team. So for the Lakers to be able to trade a negative asset like Kendrick Nunn, but you're flipping him with second round picks to get Rui Hachimura, I think for the Lakers that's a win. But I also think it speaks to the ineptitude of the Washington Wizards because this is a franchise that gave Bradley Beal, as good of a player as he was when they gave him that contract, they gave Bradley Beal $250 million. They gave him a $250 million super max deal, which Bradley Beal, no disrespect, is not that same caliber of player to be worth that much, number one. But number two, they gave him a trade kicker and they gave him a no trade clause. So they gave Bradley Beal all of this for a team that has not proven themselves to be a real, legitimate title contending team. And then for Rui Hachimura, he is a player that in certain spots has not been utilized properly during his time for the Wizards. And because of Kyle Kuzma, who they're also trying to grow and like pay, they've basically limited Rui Hachimura's role and productivity with the other forwards on the team. A prime example of them not using their young talent well is there's another forward on their team called Denny Advia, who has not been utilized correctly in terms of what his natural skills and talents are as a basketball team. So right now the Wizards are kind of in purgatory, and I think the Lakers made a great move here because they were able to still keep the flexibility that they want with their two unprotected first round picks. And if you want to set up other moves to where you're trading Russell Westbrook and you're getting other players on the team to fit and be better with, then they still have that availability to do so. The funny part about this trade is by getting Rui Hachimura, you actually have a four who can play the three. You have more size, you have more length. Rui Hachimura is a decent enough wing that can do solid enough things on the court. Now, is he this sniper 3 and D player? Not necessarily. He's more like a shot creating guy who can get to the mid range, who can get down to the paint, who can knock down the occasional three. But the bottom line is it's much better than what they had before. And Kendrick Nunn was a negative asset for the Lakers a lot of this season. He has some moments where he looked good, yes, but he was a very inconsistent player for what they were trying to do. And now you pair the prospect of LeBron and Anthony Davis with another guy that has length. So again, like 6'8", 6'9", strength with Anthony Davis and LeBron is a pretty good blueprint. Ideally, the Lakers are trying to get to a similar situation where they can kind of like use him in a Kyle Kuzma-esque type of role. So again, considering the circumstances of what the Lakers are going through this season, I do think that that was a good move. But for everyone who's watching this video, I really think this move is just like the Patrick Beverley trade, which if you remember when that trade happened in the summertime, I made a video about it, by the way. that trade was really a symbolic type of trade because when people saw Patrick Beverly being traded to the Lakers, even though he's really not good and has low key been a terrorist for them this entire season, Patrick Beverly was looked at to be a sign that another move was coming. Because the narrative was that Russell Westbrook and Patrick Beverly could not play together. I kind of found it hard to believe that they would actually play together, but the idea was by trading for Patrick Beverly, the writing is on the wall that a Westbrook trade is coming, and you're going to start to flip multiple assets around to make the overall roster better. Because like it or not, despite how Westbrook's play is, to improve this team, he makes so much money. So by trading him, you'll be able to get a bunch of different players on the team to potentially make it better. But now in this current juncture, it's not looking like that's going to happen. But now that they've traded for Rui Hachimura, the fact that they still have unprotected picks, the fact that they still have Westbrook on the team, and his value is higher than it's ever been this season, because remember, it started out in the gutter, they now have a chance to actually make another move to get Russell Westbrook off of the roster and potentially get a bunch of other pieces on this team to make it better for this season. Now, from my perspective, I doubt it. I don't think Westbrook really gets traded. I think he will be on this team to close out the season, in my eyes. But at the same time, time will tell, right? I say this is just like the Patrick Beverly trade because we have to see if the Lakers are going to actually make another move on top of this one to solidify them trying to really better this team in every aspect. But if we operate under the assumption that there is not going to be another move, this is still a really good move for the Lakers because you were able to absolutely fleece the Washington Wizards and get a good player who potentially, in a different role and in a different opportunity in Los Angeles could grow to be a better player than he was in Washington, D.C. And what you gave up for him really isn't all that crazy considering the situation that Los Angeles is currently in. So for the Lakers, I think this is an absolute win. For the Wizards, again, a franchise that doesn't know exactly what they want to do, I think this is more of a loss of a trade. I guess the positive is like now with him gone, Kyle Kuzma officially gets more opportunity, more reps. So that's good for Kyle Kuzma and potentially like this cements him as their guy moving forward. But the future of their franchise is still very unclear in terms of what they want to do. Are they trying to contend? Are they trying to stay young? With the Wizards, you really just don't know. But they've been incompetent ever since they gave Bradley Beal that $250 supermax. So them making a move like this isn't necessarily surprising, even though it is disappointing. But yeah, overall, that's my thoughts on the Lakers Rui Hachimura trade. Just another warning shot to see if something actually happens. If nothing else happens with it, even though that would be disappointing for this season to a lot of people, I still think marginally that is a good move that they made. And this front office has shown time and time again that it is an incompetent front office. So I feel like a lot of people did not think in their minds they would be able to get a player like Rui Hachimura for 3 second-round picks and Kendrick Nunn, who has by far been a complete negative for that Lakers roster. So good on the Lakers for being able to go out there and make a move to actually be better and kind of build out the team in the way that they need. Because again, having a bunch of 6'1", 6'2" guards on the court that can maybe produce offensively, but then when they don't, they're absolute food on defense and don't have any length to guard on the inside or the perimeter is just not a great look with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So addressing that guy to finally have a realistic four who can slide down and play the three in some lineups, even though he's really a four, I think is a really good move. So we got to see exactly what happens even after the season. I do believe that they plan to re-sign Rui to see what he could be in the future, but we will be watching his games this season to see exactly what he does on this Los Angeles Lakers team. But without further ado, that's going to end the video today. Appreciate all the support on the channel. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. And I will catch you guys in the next video. We're doing a Sacramento Kings breakdown in the next video. That's right. They've been balling. Third team in the West right now. So I will give that some love. But I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one, everybody. Peace out.